Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo the Dad in DPS, and we are back with another episode of The Good, The Scrap and The Script, a series where I review weapons and see how well they put holes in freaks. Either way, today's weapon should be relatively interesting because it's a good one. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget, if you'd like to support the channel, there is my Ko-fi link down below, YouTube members, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe. So, guys, don't forget we've got our social media links, which are down below in the video description, for Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. I would really appreciate if you joined the Discord server, the bigger community we can have. Leave me a comment, say hi, all that kind of thing, and yeah, we'll catch you with that. Underestimate this weapon, and ding ding, you're done. So today's weapon is a variant that I was looking for a while. It is a quadruple ammo capacity. The last shot and the stealth field don't matter as much as the quadruple ammo capacity, but the stealth field and last shot are also on here. It's a gamma gun. Now, a quad gamma gun is the best variation of it, on the basis that this thing has absolutely no ammo whatsoever normally. Whereas now, it's got quite a decent little clip, and if you watch my last video on this thing, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Either way, let's get on with it and see how well this particular variant does. Now, as with any time I'm using this weapon, I am coming up against super mutants for a couple of reasons. They are the more resistant to radiation creatures in Appalachia, technically meant to be immune to it. As you can see, it pretty much turns them into pate. On top of that, because my clip size is so big, I can literally just fire into them forever. And if Gunfu was working as it intended at times, I'd be able to just hold down the button, but sometimes it just does not seem to want to either swap to an enemy, or they do that thing where they don't actually die right away, so then you end up wasting an entire clip on something that shouldn't have. Either way, I'm fairly certain this gun's slapping. Alright, so build-wise, obviously, as I always say, don't pay too much attention to them. If you want a more in-depth conversation about pistol builds, go look at my pistol build video that I can put down below. But otherwise, yeah, there's not really much anything different from regular pistol builds. Well, one thing I would say, Grenadier's on here because apparently it increases the range that this gun sort of explodes at, even though it's not really an explosion. Either way, that's the build. Look at it. Alrighty, we are back with the big, stinky, giant, gross mutant that is Jeff, our testing dummy for quite a while now. Now let's see how this does. We'll just lay that whole thing into Jeff. Used up all my VATS power. He's got about half of his health missing. Now, take in mind, he is basically a big rad sponge. But it's taken him out fairly easily. He's not really capable of fighting back. And there he goes. Dead. Used a bit more bullets than I wanted to, but still. It killed him, and he couldn't do jack against me. That always works good for me. Alright, the queen is alive and sitting in front of me. Now what we're going to do is the usual thing where I try and disable her legs, and see how well that does. Unfortunately, she is a pain in the neck for this type of build in general, because she is one big tanky sponge and likes to mess with me. But apparently she's disabled, and we get to just go boo, 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 into her. And as you can see, we're doing quite a lot of damage, and she is going down relatively easily. This is a very powerful gun in general, and there's not a lot of enemies in the game that are going to be able to stand up to it, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. So we are back testing daily ops. Now, this is the most annoying mode, decryption, for any bloody build, because, well, I don't have a lot of health, or rather, I don't have a lot of armor and health. But you're seeing we're taking out enemies in around about 2 hits, and we're getting anywhere between 4 and I think 16 is the maximum you can get. On average, you're getting basically like 8, which means you're able to keep your ammo stock up quite effectively. Somebody's right beside me. On top of that, you kill enemies really quick as well. That's 16, yeah. But you do die awfully quickly if they decide to just completely punk you. If you're in this particular build. If I was on a full health build, yeah, I think I would be a lot more effective at avoiding that damage or just tanking it. Bloodied builds are one of those builds that I just can't be bothered with anymore. Let's be honest. But yeah, we've managed to disable that. And as you're seeing, it's effective. It's very effective at taking out the enemies that are here. Even robotic enemies don't last very long. You're able to do quite significant damage to just about anything you see. And again, 16 ammo back when you're maybe using like 5, maybe 6 at most, depending on the enemy. There's that one I killed earlier. And you will get your ammo back if you are actively looting everything. And if it was basically oh god, what's it called? The other day, the uplink, it would be a lot easier for me to get by because the enemies don't hit quite as hard as in, you know, 1 or 2 shot me. But overall, yeah, very effective weapon. I don't think there's any real downsides to it other than the radiation up close, because obviously if you go up and hug an enemy while firing this, you are going to kill yourself, especially in a bloodied build, because it basically deals radiation damage straight right back to you, so you do need to be careful with that. I've obviously not shown that very much in the video because, well, why the hell would I? Why would I want to get close to enemies that are going to kill me with radiation? So yeah, that's pretty much that. So that's today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel any further. There's the coffee link down below and there is the join button for the YouTube members. Now on the note of the members, let's thank them right now, which are Golty, Wet Blackburn, Wallers Me, Dealfane Gaming, Colin G, Brian RMC, Peggy McKnight, Matazbo, Dragon God Slayer X, Devilman Games, Marcus Carrasco, Scott S and Bubba Doodle Bob. Your continued support is really appreciated and I can't do this without any of you guys, so thank you very much. Now today's video, yeah, I think that gun's really successful. Quad is definitely one of the best effects to get onto a gamma gun. Unfortunately, the latter 2 effects weren't exactly the best, but at the same time, did it really need it? Not really. Either way, I think if you've got a quad gamma gun out there, you really should be using it and testing it out. But with that, we'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.